Hi, my name's Abby, this is my dad, and this is my sister Rebecca. Welcome to our first episode of Burger Week on Cooking with Abby.
Burger Week! What burger are we making today, Abby?
Traditional classical beef.
We can't have a Burger Week without starting off with a beef burger. Truthfully, how often do we have a beef burger?
Not very often.
Not very often. We like a lot of different veggie burgers. We love the Beyond Burger, probably more than this burger, right? Yeah, but you know what? We're doing burgers. We've got all kinds. We've got some veggie options. We've got some chicken. We got some fish, which I know everyone's looking forward to because everybody in this house loves fish. But today we started off with a traditional beef burger that we grilled. Most of our burgers, so we've got 3 burgers that we do in a pan, right? Our chicken we do in the oven, even though it's deep fried, but it's not really deep fried. Our 2 veggie options, we've got a black bean and a chickpea, those we do in a pan, and the fish one we do in a pan. I'm kind of a fan of doing most burgers in a pan, even a beef one, but there's a certain amount of, wonderful grilling flavors and smoke and stuff, and you get to burn the hair off your hands and all that fun stuff when you do it on the barbecue. So that's how we did this one. And of course, we topped it with 3 things that are amazing. 1, we have our homemade buns, which you can watch here. 2, we made Big Mac sauce from the Golden Arches there. We made our own version of that. Actually, we made their version at home. And then lastly, we topped this with a little bit of extra something or other. Kale chips, which you can watch us make over here. We love kale chips, and they're like super crunchy on the burger and really good. So where can people find the recipes, Abby?
Here or at cookingwithabby.com.
And that's for the beef burger, that's for all the burgers in Burger Week are all there. The buns, the kale chips, and the quick make, which we did, which was the good old the burger sauce there. Shall we get started?
Yep.
Hamburger meat, people, it's the key. How about you start putting that in there and dumping the rest of your ingredients that we'll go over? You are our official egg cracker, so you get going on that. Hamburger meat. 80-20 rule. What does that mean? 80% meat, 20% fat. It's a good way. Why? Because we're going to barbecue these. Of course, as with all of our burgers, except for the chicken burger, you can either do them... you're going to need a spatula.
I'm going to need a spatula.
Oh, and there's one right there. And you got shell in there, so you're going to have to hunt out the shell, and that'll give me plenty of time to pontificate. A 80-20 fat barbecue. Not all of our burgers are done on the barbecue, right? All of them can be done in a pan or in a frying pan. We, except for the chicken, can't really be done that way. But I'm not a big fan of barbecuing the veggie burgers. I find they fall apart quite easily. I'm more a fan of doing the beef ones on the barbecue, however, because you get a lot of flavor out of the barbecue and the grilling action, and that's where the fat comes in. Fat kind of glistens up and makes some fun flavor. 2 other things. 1, we put in some pepper already into this. Now, Abby's going to mix this up. Are you still hunting for shell?
Wait, why no salt?
Well, you get it all? Okay, so, as I was saying, Rebecca's going to mix this up. You hold on a second, because there's something really important that I want to say. That's a pretty good mix, because we don't have to overbeat it. We're not making scrambled eggs. We're just making sure we break up the yolk there. Maybe a little more. So what Abby's doing right now is actually really bad for our burgers. You want to manipulate the beef the least amount possible. So, a couple of things. Beef has inherent flavor. A little pepper, a little salt, that's all you really need. We're adding onions and some herbs, and you can add anything you want to your burger to enhance it and to step it up a notch. You want some hot peppers in there, you want savory, you want sweet, you put some sugar in there.
Jalapeno.
Jalapenos, you can put Russian mustard in there, you can work cheese into it if you want. Breadcrumbs, if you're trying to stretch your beefs to make more hamburgers, breadcrumbs are a good way to stretch it out. The egg just binds it all together. You don't need anything. You need high quality beef, salt, pepper, that's all you need. We didn't put our salt in yet because salt draws moisture out of your meat. So we're gonna make these, we're gonna form these patties, then we're gonna go to the grill and we're gonna grill them. We will salt them then, and that will add the salt flavor, but without extracting all that juice.
While they're on the barbecue?
Well, you have the option. Here's how I do it, and I'll show you after. we put them, we're gonna have them on our plate, we put a little salt on them, put that side down. Once that underbelly is being cooked on the one that's up the top, we sprinkle a little more salt and pepper on it, and then when we flip it, we're good.
Okay.
The other thing is, you don't want to manipulate your meat for 20 minutes and break up all those fibers and all that goodness, and stabbing it with your spatula. A little bit of tossing, that's all you need. So we're gonna finish up this. The other thing is, Abby's using a spatula, that's really cute. Hands, gotta get in there with your hands. Yeah, E. coli is fun, don't worry about it. You wash your hands afterwards. If you have gloves, put on some gloves, that way you know you're clean. But we're gonna finish mixing this up, and then we're gonna come right back and we're gonna form our patties. Who's Patty? Abby delicately massaged our meat and folded in all of our lovely ingredients and got them all worked in there together. I think the fresh herbs just add a nice color pop to them. They look pretty. Now we are going to form patty. Who's Patty? Right.
You.
These are patties. Rings are off because, you know, we mean business. You get to decide how big you make your burgers. How about you make that one? And people, like, get in there, have some fun, play with the meat. Again, same rules apply though, right? We're not trying to manipulate these for 20 minutes. We're gently pushing them into a burger patty. You can make them whatever size you want, but here's the thing. A lot of people, when they do it on the barbecue, they kind of make them thick like this. That doesn't work on a barbecue. You want them thinner. The other thing you can do is meat tends to contract with the heat. So when you start with a ball like this, right, you put it on, it smushes down even more. That's pretty good. That's even nicer. The other thing here, which they can't see, you got these flyaway bits, which are really good.
Oh, really good. But
they tend to crisp up and fall apart. So you want to make sure I try and make my edges nice and clean. And then the last thing that I do, right, I try and make sure that it's a uniform thickness, right, so that it all cooks at the same time. And then press down in the middle. Make a little dimple, and you can make a little dimple on both sides. Now, why are we making a dimple? Remember just now I said the meat wants to contract and shrink? Well, if it contracts and shrinks into a hole, you end up with an even-sized patty. We're gonna finish forming these, as I say, whatever size you want. You want a quarter pounder, you want a massive one big old burger, and that's it. You do whatever you need to do.
But this makes like 1,000.
I don't think it makes 1,000. It's probably gonna make 8.
Okay,
but
still.
It's pretty far from 1,000.
No, it's 1,000.
Like maybe 992 off from 1,000. We're gonna finish forming these. We'll put math to the side for later. And then we're gonna go outside, we're gonna grill these, which is very exciting because I don't think we've ever, one, been outside on Cooking with Abby, and two, we've definitely touched the barbecue, never touched the barbecue before. Yeah.
That may,
see you in a minute. Is it really barbecuing unless you burn a little hair off your hand? I mean, really. Our burgers are off. Very important tips for grilling. This is not all about grilling. This is mostly about the burger, but if we're gonna grill it, a couple of things. One, smushing the burger on the grill, evil. All you're doing is pushing out all the juice. Flipping it every 30 seconds, silly. Don't need to do that. Flip it once, flip it again, maybe flip it a third time. Mostly I flip it a third time because if you're gonna add some cheese, which we're not going to, but if you were, that's when you would add the cheese. Our burgers are done. Here they are, but we're not eating them yet. Do you know why?
They have to cool?
No. Do you have an idea? Not really. We need to rest. Those lovely juices need to shrink back into the meat. Now, we don't want them to go cold, but the rule of thumb is that roughly like half to a quarter of the time that they were on the grill is how long you let them rest so that the juices stay in there so that when you bite into it, it runs down your face instead of going all over the plate. So we are going to dress one of our burgers on our homemade buns. Sound good?
Yep.
And maybe we can top it with some of those Golden Arches sauces there that we made also on a quick make. Sound good?
Yeah.
Right back for the best part.
The eating.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's that moment we have been waiting for. The time where we eat our burgers. Now, as usual, Abby, I feel as though you're a little cheap with the old little Big Mac sauce. So
You added more.
But I never know how
I didn't
much.
really add more. I kind of added more, and then I was like, wait, I'm gonna make fun of Abby on camera and add more. So, couple, like full disclosure, I think we should have made a couple less patties and made them a little wider. But that's okay. This looks
smash it?
delicious. I'm gonna smash it because I know how you smash and it's gonna be evil. I'm gonna cut this because one,
Look at the juice.
you like it a juice?
I like
I
it
find
juice.
that cutting a burger is the only dignified way to eat a burger.
Especially when you're sharing it with 3 people.
Our kale chips are crisp and lovely. Rebecca, I'm gonna steal a quick bite while you guys steal your bites. You go. Oh no, we have burger integrity.
That's okay.
Ah!
I have like sauce coming down here with like
Sauce is good.
so thick.
I feel like you got all the juice in there.
We lost the pickle.
Hey. Your dog got a pickle.
Lean over the side so the dog doesn't get anything else. So, good? Do we like our burger?
Mm-hmm.
Is that juicy?
Yeah, it's like dripping everywhere.
That's the best part about a burger is the dripping, juicy goodness. Our Big Mac sauce, super good.
It is.
Top your burgers, man. What are your favorite toppings? What are your favorite toppings? What's your favorite topping for a burger?
Pickles.
Pickles?
The burger.
The burger itself? Okay, that's cool. Mine, blue cheese. Like, but when you have it at a restaurant, they give you like that much blue cheese. No, like blue cheese. Oh, maximum amount of blue cheese
Like
you can get
dripping out,
on. Oozing out, like dripping out.
like you do with a Beyond.
Like we do with Beyond. Absolutely. And then you can feel you can feel guilt-free as a Jewish person eating a Beyond Burger with ooey gooey stuff all over. So, tune in next week. No! Tomorrow, where we make our first veggie burger, black bean burger, and then
My
tune
favorite.
in for the rest of the week for just like one fantastic episode after another. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
It's time to eat more.
Yeah.
I finished.
Really? Yes.
Oh.
I like beef burgers. Oh, I'm such a fan. Our little four-legged creature over here. Creature? I want burgers. I like burgers. Burgers are
Tiny
good.
Bowie.